Hey, and this has been another episode of SMS News Channel. And I'm giving this a part two of this B. Simone and her friendship situation going on. And then I'm going to put my thoughts and what I've recently gone through and just talk about it briefly. Have I watched the B. Simone podcast? Not very interested. Nothing against B. Simone. It's just I've watched clips in there, and I feel like people are kind of mixing the whole situation. You see what I'm saying? So I have been honestly realizing two or one things that have been going on. Because everybody's just pausing on the fact that B. Simone didn't help her friend, and B. Simone didn't do this, and B. Simone didn't do that. Mind you, B. Simone is in a different tax bracket than the rest of us is. So, yeah. So everybody's dragging her because of the way that she didn't help her friend. But how come nobody is dragging the friend for living above her means? Because one thing to get upset at your friend because she's not giving money, and just because she gives money to somebody else doesn't mean she doesn't give it to you. That don't mean that she's not going to give it to you. But at the same time, how come we're not normalizing the fact that you need to have a job? Where do we get off on people having to assist us all the time? Like, I'm not saying friends don't help friends out and that's messed up. Yeah, the whole situation is messed up because I'm looking at two friends that basically ended their friendship basically because of a podcast and somebody telling the truth about what they didn't get. That's how I looked at it. Where was the conversation about how you guys were good friends at some point? But everybody want to sit here and trash B. Simone just because she didn't give her money. What is the other reason why you want to trash her? Oh, we're going to trash her because she's trying to get closer to God. But when anybody else does it, it's an issue. So when Black China wanted to go back to her original birth name, get baptized and stuff like that, you had folks like Pretty V coming after folk. You know what I'm saying? And we just gonna sit here and be all right? Sit here and act like we don't have friends that don't tell us, hey, what you doing, how you doing, check on you all the time. It doesn't happen that way. Depending on your age, I get it, but there are certain people you cannot take with you, for real. Like, when I was watching some of the situations, like, she kept talking and making it about her. You know, if I was B. Simone, I'd be feeling bad because, yeah, that's my friend and she's not, she doesn't have the things that she needs, and I would feel extremely bad. Yeah, would I help her out? Of course. But help her out with something that I know I could do, like give her suggestions. You see what I'm saying? Maybe give her maybe $50 to send her on her way and do a little something. That doesn't go that far, but people can give what they can. You know what I'm saying? I would have made the podcast based on my relationship currently with that person. Like, what is it specifically, instead of making it about just, oh, she didn't help me out. Because if you say stuff like that, it just makes it look like the only reason why you were around her was because of the money. And that's what it gives off to me. Everybody's mad because she didn't help. But clearly, there's some other variables. I would have just talked about the friendship. Screw about the fact that am I a good friend or not. If she's not a good friend to you, tell her the truth, that you're salty that she didn't help you, and why didn't you help her. That's what would have been better, instead of coming off of this stupid situation talking about some this and that and the third. Let me tell you something. I've been homeless twice, almost 3 times. I know what it feels like. I had friends that I've been friends with for a long time. Did they help me? No. Did I have friends that do help me? Exactly, they did. But they could do what they could afford. I was being reasonable. You know, you have to be honest. You know what I'm saying? There was a time that I was living above my means because I had other living with other family members that had higher standards than what I could afford. You know what I'm saying? And so when you have that and you know that to be true, see, people don't want to be honest about those things because they just want to blame it on the fact that somebody didn't help them. And I'm not accusing B. Simone's friend. I'm just saying this is the core fact on why friendships break up, because they're not completely honest with that friend that this is why and this is the reason and this is what's going on. You see what I'm saying? If people would be honest with themselves before they even bring their friend in the situation, they wouldn't have that problem 95% of the time. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing weird if you don't even know if B. Simone had the money. You know what I'm saying? If she probably gave that person the money when she had it. You don't know if she still has it. It's a lot of money to take to have certain things. It takes a lot to keep that million or keep that 100,000 or whatever it is that she has. It takes a lot of money, and it's ridiculous to sit there and hold somebody to the cross just because you don't have it. Everything happens in a season, just like Pretty V said. And then on top of that, if we claim to be Christians, how are we downing somebody else? They're trying. She's a baby saint on top of that. You see what I'm saying? B. Simone grew up Muslim, so she's just now learning Christianity, and people sitting there talking about she's saying Jesus all the time. Well, what else do you think she's going to say? She doesn't know him like that. She's still learning him. So it's like you guys are criticizing a baby saint and then mad at her because she didn't give her the money. Like, is that the whole reason why the podcast was even made? Like, you guys are freaking weird. We are grown people. If you don't have something, it's because you didn't do it yourself. Period. No excuses. Somebody chooses to be vulnerable and then the friendship ends, that's because they decided to end. But honestly, if you really want to be honest, her friend's an opportunist, and you can tell. I know opportunists when I see one. And when you have that faith that you can make the money, you don't depend on your friends. Period. My friend noticed I was homeless. She was the nicest one to say, you know what, Sabrina, I can help you out. She gave me something to eat. She didn't have the money, but I didn't get mad because I still was able to see my friend. I was happy, genuinely happy. There was a time that I didn't have some other stuff. Other friend, she helped me with a little bit of money, but was I mad that it was only like 20 something dollars? No, that's all she probably could afford at the time. That's what I'm saying. When you have friendships that evolve and that you know that you guys can grow from each other, and you're at that level that, hey, if somebody needs something, you would do it too. I'm that person. I would do it because I love my friends. But not everybody is worthy to be called your best friend. If a friendship ends just because somebody didn't get a handout, or somebody, because we gotta call a spade a spade. Come on now. If I've been friends for somebody for more than 15 years, why would I end a friendship just because somebody didn't help me? End the friendship because you found out that how fake a person is. Not because somebody didn't help you out, because that makes you the opportunist. Am I going to get mad because I had a best friend in Indianapolis, but we had a falling out? But there was reasons why we had fallings out. Have she helped me before? Absolutely. Have I helped her before? Absolutely. But you don't just get mad at somebody just because they didn't help you. And that's why I said that's what makes her best friend look opportunist. Because everybody can't have what what's her name has, and if she doesn't have it herself, she's probably struggling in this season herself. And folk getting mad because she didn't help her friend out. Did anybody ask if B. Simone had the money? You don't know. People rent stuff all the time. People borrow stuff from people all the time. How do you know if she's got the tax bracket to take care of her friend? I'm just saying. I agree completely, 100% with Tasha K when she said what she said. And I'm just saying, I'm not saying that B. Simone was in the right, but I think B. Simone deserves a little bit of slack. Because if you have friends that are like that, I had friends literally, personal testimony, that anytime I'd have a birthday party, they would just come because of the food. Anytime they come over the house, just because, I had, and I told y'all in the last video that I had friends that were just only coming because of what they can get. So why would I be in a situation with somebody who's ending a relationship just based because they couldn't get something? I've had many friends that got stuck just because of that. Not just because we had falling outs, but because whenever it came around, when I came around and I wanted to be doing something, it's not a good time. But did I get mad at them for that? Sometimes. But at the same time, it's like you can tell who's your real best friend and who's not your real best friend. Honestly, the friendship should have ended, because anytime you're just going to get on a podcast and just based off the stuff that you don't have and then talk about some things. I would have been talking about how great the friendship was in the beginning. I would have did that and then just say, you know what, I've come to the conclusion that maybe this is not the best for us because we're on different paths, and that's it. But the way, I just don't understand why everybody is giving her so much backlash for something that's not her problem. She's got her own financial issues. Nobody gives you handouts in this world. You got to do it for yourself. I don't care how bad it gets, you have to just figure it out. And that's all for today. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll be back next week with another video. Peace.